important thing I want to bring up. Sorry about my floor, man. Fuck. I pulled my back out taking a piss. How the hell does that happen? No, it's not because of my enormous schlong. That's not why. I don't know what I did. I was taking a piss and I turned my head and all I did was turn my head and my muscles in between my shoulder blades just clenched up like a fist. And I could barely breathe. That ever happened to you? But it's starting to loosen up now. Yeah, that sucked. That's what happens when you don't move around a lot. That's what happens when you don't exercise and you're very inactive. Your body, man, it's just trying to tell you, can we please do something? This is the box I've been waiting for. Oh, here's the parts. Just these parts are going to go on my my old 870. We spray painted the extended tube, remember? We refinished it. And I found an old magazine clamp and I refinished that. Same color as that. And painted, you know, all the parts. And they came out great. Same thing at Rust-Oleum, black flat. But this box is for the Benelli. Let's see here. I don't want you to see the guy's address, so there's a shout out. I know I've been doing a lot of shout outs and it irritates you guys, but I know some of you other guys, you guys like the shout outs because you like to find out about new channels. Before I do the shout out, I have to say this too. This is very important. New York's gun rally rights is going to be on February 28th in Albany. I was notified by somebody. He asked me to mention it in a video, so I'm mentioning it. Okay, New York, one of the worst gun states there is. You can honestly say one of the worst gun states in the world because it is. And they are going to have a gun rights rally February 28th in Albany. So just let you guys know. Okay. You New York people, I'm sorry for you, man. I hope you guys can do something about it. I don't think so, no. But you gotta try. Pennsylvania so far has been alright. Nothing too drastic, stupid little things. But nothing real bad. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Now, according to the guy, he told me the parts are a little bit worn. So, if they're real bad, I'm gonna have to refinish them too. But if they're not, I ain't gonna care. Okay. Okay. He sent me. Oh, that was nice of him. He sent me a. This video might be lengthy, so if you have an attention span, if you have a problem with a short attention span, go watch one of Ebomi's videos. Okay. One of my favorite gun grips of all time is the Packmeyer glove. And I want to thank, I can say his first name, Ivan. Thank you for this, bro. That's very nice of you. He gave me that. And wow, a brand new little gun case. It looks like that's nice for the range, I guess. Oh, what's this? What's that here? Very nice. That's perfect for like my little car or a little Glock 27. It'll fit in there perfectly. That was nice of him to send that. I didn't know that was coming. Okay. Look at that, little St. Patty Ebomi dicks. Oh, you can't see it because they're green. See that? I know, I got the sense of humor of an 8-year-old. Yep, always did, always will. Oh, that's a nice extension tube. That's a nice, I was a little concerned about Tacstar because I never had their stuff. But I'm digging that extension tube. That actually goes with the look of the gun. I don't see no marks on it. Looks pretty good. There's the spring. Good, it's closed on both ends. That's nice. The only problem with these springs, when you customize them and you cut them, then they're open on the ends, and sometimes they grab and snag. You know. Alright, we don't need that. There's the tube. Wow, that's nice. Nice and heavy. Okay, threads look alright. It's made very, very well. Definitely better than the last one I got. Wow, that's a real nice extension tube. Tackstar. Here you're hearing it right here. I'm telling you, this thing is beautiful quality. This ain't cheap, and it's got a great finish on it. It feels real adorable like myself. I see the mark you're talking about, dude. That's nothing. I'm not that picky. Make sure nothing else is in here. I don't think anything else is in here. Oh yeah, there's one more thing that's supposed to be in here. Here it is. The Picatinny rail. Okay, for the top. I definitely want a Picatinny rail in there. And there should be one more thing. Here it is, okay. I don't want to say, where the hell's that? Look at this. This is a Nordic. This is a clamp. You guys seen the clamp on my Mossberg 930. Same kind of clamp, but this one has a Picatinny rail. That's in fantastic condition. It's like new. So I won't have to recondition or spray or paint any of this stuff. Here's the Nordic clamp. There's a little rail, which I would put on there in case I need a light on there, and in case any monsters try to get in my house. So there's all the parts. And make sure that's it. I don't want to throw anything away. Okay, everything's good. Alright, I will use this stuffing too, because I'm always shipping shit to people all the time. Ivan, thanks, man. You are the man. The man of his word. And Ivan did get my package too, so we're good to go. Okay, there's the extended spring. There's the extended tube. Okay, and then here is the, well, that's a nice Picatinny rail. Okay, let's take a one last look at this in its originality. The only throwback is when you're putting this stuff on these guns is when you clean it, you got to take it all off. You know, that's just the way it is. It kind of stinks. You got to take the clamp off. You got to take the I think you have to take the extended tube off to get the barrel out. But you know, that's just the way it is. What are you going to do? That's the only drawback. But other than that, it's going to allow this to hold 6 rounds instead of 4 rounds. Okay, 1, 2 plus room for the follower and the spring. See, so it's going to hold 2 extra rounds. Yep. So that is a big difference from 4 rounds, and it'll be more of a home defense weapon, tactical, more ready. Plus, it'll look badass. That's the way we do it anyway. So there's the before. I'm going to put everything on, then we'll show you the after, and I'll explain shit again. I wanted to show you this. When you're taking this cap out, this plug, remember I told you guys don't use a pair of pliers or a screwdriver, you're going to bend it, it's thin steel. Try to get one of these. Get these at Harbor Freight. Now Harbor Freight has a lot of cheap shit, but they have hand tools that don't have to be supersonic heavy duty for them to work, and they're cheap and you save a lot of money. So I get one of these hooks and put the hook in there and just pull it on each side like this. It's better to do it this way. It might take a little longer, but you won't bend up this cap because you're going to want this cap. Now if I wasn't putting my Mossberg, if I wasn't putting an extended tube on the Mossberg, I would see if this cap would fit there, because that would stop that problem with the spinning. But I'm going to put that in there. But I'm going to keep this. Always hold on to your gun parts. I don't care what it is. Every little gun part, hold on to it. Every single thing. Put them in baggies and mark what they came from. That's it. Looks good. It's not hurt. See how thin it is? It's real easy to bend that up. So I wanted to show you that. Well, might as well just keep going. Take the spring out. Okay, there's the follower. Another good thing to do to upgrade is the follower. I would like to upgrade this follower. This is a nice follower, but JabTac has a stainless steel one, and I'm going to call them today and order it, and I'm going to upgrade that. It's a real nice stainless steel one. Okay, let's see how much longer this spring is than this spring. Now this one ain't that much longer. So, yeah, you know what? I was probably cutting it too long. Okay. Okay, this spring's only about 3 inches longer than the original. So I guess that's all you need, because this came out of the Benelli. This came out of his Benelli, so I know it works. So all I'm going to do is just take this follower off. should pop right out of there without fucking up the spring. Okay, this is a short spring, and I will hold on to that. And this is the new spring. Oh, I almost cut myself. I think I did, Rabbit. Okay. Alright, I'm going to slide that down that hole. Okay. And now I will put on the extension tube. Might as well let the camera keep rolling. Alright. Now before I do that, I'm going to have to put on my barrel, right? Right. See, I almost got ahead of myself. So I'll put my barrel on. Should have put the barrel on first, numb nuts. Your nuts are numb. Yes, you are. Okay. Now, alright, yeah, I'm alright. Extension tube. Put this on. Okay. See, when you're pushing it, the whole gun's moving, so you gotta. That's good. It has that ratchet. I like that because that's going to keep it from getting loose. Now, what I'll do is, man, that comes just even with that, man. Well, I'm going to shut up. That's my phone. Probably E-Ball leaving me a comment. Would you like to hear the comments he leaves me? I can't get a good grip on that. That's a horrible rag to use for that. Hold on, let me get some so I can tighten this. I like to use a piece of leather and a set of that. I mean, you're always supposed to put it on hand tight, but I just like to put it just use a wrapped piece of leather around it because there's a lot of recoil, man. And get the channel locks and just give it like an eighth of a turn. That's all, because that's stronger than I can do it with my hand, so I know that's tight. That's on. Okay, it's looking good. Now the next thing I want to put on is this Nordic clamp. I've had one of these before. Very, very pleased with them. The quality is just ridiculous. I mean, here's your typical magazine clamp. Here's half of one. Look at the Nordic. Come on. Right. The poopy hits the fanny. Let's see where his mark is. He's like right there. Well, I'm right on top of it. Right there. Now, this seems like easy stuff and it's real stupid shit, but trust me, guys, this is important if you're a new gun owner. When you tighten this down, you want to do it equally on both sides, because if you tighten one side too much, then the other side, you're going to cock this extension tube. It's going to pull it out of square, and what do you think is going to happen? It's not going to feed right, and the rounds might not feed right. Now, why don't I have the right size? You should start it by hand, but I'm being very careful. There we go. Okay, there's your rail. I didn't think I was going to get this today. See what I'm saying? I almost messed it up because it ain't quite the right size. Because it said it was in Philly, but it didn't say it was in my hometown. Let me see something here. I don't feel good about that. Maybe this one will fit better. I'm going to say maybe this one. Yep. Okay. Good old Husky. I got this fancy gun kit here. It cost a lot of money, and this, commercial Husky brand, the Allen keys are more true than that is. So I'm gonna check this one too again, make sure it's all right. Now what I got to do is make sure it's empty, and I'm going to look at it. Make sure it's the over and under is like right under each other. Looks pretty square. what I'll do is I'll look at the front sight and line it up with the, draw an imaginary line down this front sight, an imaginary line, and make sure it lines up with that hole there. And it's looking pretty straight. That's very important. And then you want to look this way and make sure there's the same amount of space. So everything needs to be square, just like anything. Because remember, this is a machine, right? All right, let's see how many rounds we can get in there. It used to be 4. We should be able to go 2 3/4 and get 6 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 2 more. Another thing you should practice, instead of having the shells like this and loading them like this, try to keep them all in your hand for speed loading. 5. Yeah, look how good I am at it. What a dork. 6. There it is, 6. Now we can get 6 in there. Make sure the spring's good enough to work 6 of them. 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bellissimo. Alright guys, to put the rail on, I hate doing stuff off camera. It's stupid because you can learn. When you get this Benelli and you put the rail on, they have these plugs in there. And you have to just, they come right out, they tap right out. I already tapped 2 of them out. Where'd they go? Here they are. There are little plugs in there. You just got to tap them out, and then they'll expose the female threads so you can install your rail. And let me show you in there. See the top 2? I popped them out. See the light? And then I got the bottom 2. I still got to pop them out. So I just elevated the shotgun, and I have a number 3 brass punch. I use brass just in case I go to the side or something, so I don't mess up the threads. And I'd rather actually use plastic, but it'll be fine. Just get them out and just tap them. They come right out. Okay. Now, if this was a steel punch and I tapped it and it went to the side, it'll mash the threads, and then when I go to screw in the Picatinny rail, the screw won't fit right. I'll just tap. Very easy. Okay, and now they'll roll out. Alright, now I'll put my rail on now. Okay, remember when you get this rail, I don't know what kind of rail it is, like the brand or anything, it only can go on one way. The holes will only line up one way. Like if I try to put it this way, holes won't line up. So, which is good. This way you know you ain't putting it on wrong. So just center it up like that. We got all the plugs are out, and we're going to put the rail on. And right, I'm going to have to Loctite this. That's for sure. So I'm just going to put a drop of Loctite on here, on each one, like that. Oh, up too far, dummy. That's way too much. Okay, and I'm going to start it by hand because these threads are so fine, and the screwdriver tends to overdo it. Okay, that one's started. Now I'll put the screwdriver on it. I'm not going to take it all the way down, but I'm going to take it down pretty good, almost all the way down. The Loctite takes time to dry, so you don't have to work fast. So I'll leave it like that so I can line up the other ones and just do the same thing with the other ones. So I'll just put it that way. Damn, that shit came out quick. Dab. Dab. Okay. Same thing. See if I can start it with my fat fingers. No, you cannot. I'll put the bit in my hand and start it with my hand, and then take it the rest of the way. has like a resistance to it. Maybe because there's probably old Loctite on here because this is used. So I almost thought I was stripping, but I'm not. Evo me wishes. Okay. Yeah, there is old Loctite on there, so that's probably what it is. Just got to catch a couple threads, and then you can take it the rest of the way with your screwdriver. Yeah, I got that one. Alright. Couple threads. Then you take it the rest of the way with this. The worst thing you want to do is strip anything, because then you're screwed unless you have a drill and tap set, and you got to know what you're doing when you're drilling and tapping, retapping, or you're just retapping. You got to know what you're doing. It's not a hard thing to do, but if you haven't done it before, it's a nice rail system. It feels real secure. Then I get a nice ghost ring for the back, and then this thing's done. So I figure I'm gonna put out another, I don't know, 80 bucks. They ain't cheap, them ghost rings. Okay, now I'm gonna crank her down a little bit. You don't have to go crazy because you got the Loctite on there. Just crank it until it feels firm and let go. Okay, good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, no scratches, looks real nice. Take it out of the vise. Let's zoom back a little. And make sure the action's still nice and free. Because remember, the screws are going down in there. We don't hope it ain't hitting the top of the bolt or anything like that. Which it shouldn't be, because this came off of Benelli. All this stuff came off of Benelli. I'll look in there and feel with my finger. Nothing sticking down. As a matter of fact, they're still countersunk, so I'm definitely in the safe zone. Alright guys, that's it. I got my Picatinny rail on there. Extended tube, clamp, Picatinny rail there. Let's give it a look from a distance and give it one more test. Alright, give it an overall look here. Looks pretty uniform. Even the extension tube is the same texture as the magazine tube, so it looks normal. There's your Picatinny rail now. Looks a lot better, don't it? Now the only thing is the front sight tall enough that if I put a ghost ring sight up there, will it line up with the ghost ring sight? I'm going to say it is. It's a pretty big front sight. So all I have to do is when I get a ghost ring sight, is just make sure it's in like a low profile one when it's not. Okay. Like I said, if you can try to hold multiple rounds in your hand and try to practice loading like that, it's definitely a lot more efficient, a lot faster. I'm still not good at it. I just started trying to do this. Oh yeah, real nice. They go in real smooth, no problems whatsoever. Okay, now make sure they eject. I hate doing this because I break shit. Okay. Alright. Man. Breaking all my shit off. Oh, I almost broke my shot glass. Okay, that's it. What do you think? I'm digging it. We gotta get it to the range now. I know the lighting sucks in here. I just want to show it. It does fit on my Ridgeback rack. Check it out. Doesn't that look awesome? This is where I keep it in my bedroom when I sleep at night. Up on this Ridgeback rack. And that Ridgeback rack will work with a Remington 870. I made it that way. A Remington 870, a Mossberg 930, and now this Benelli Supernova with the extension tube. It'll work with and without the extension tube. Okay, depending where your pegs are. Just want to show that. How badass does that look? Fits on there perfect. Alright, later.